everybody. Vlog 8 coming up. I guess you knew it was coming with 8,000 subscribers. What I've been doing is every time we turn another 1,000 subscribers doing a vlog, really actually decided I probably wouldn't tie myself for that. I would just do one whenever I felt like it or had some things to say. But it's kind of worked out that way. So we'll see how it goes. You may see me at 8,500, or you may see me anywhere chatting at you. The nice thing about having your own channel is that you can put up anything you want, right? You know, look around YouTube. So you might see me at other times. Just a warning. It's been pretty cold. We've had a little trouble getting out and doing many videos even when I've been off. It's been so cold, at least for us here in Middle Tennessee. We're not used to this 20 degree and 10 degree weather, but we've done a couple of things. Did a Glock video yesterday, fairly lengthy, but I think you're going to like it. It has a lot of information in it, and lots of Glocks and some useful information, some things that I get asked quite often. So I think I answered a lot of questions in that. Hope you like that. It may be posted now when you see this, or it will be posted soon. All right. We trying to decide whether to cut it in half or not, but it may be in part 1 and part 2. Not sure about that. Speaking of that, editing, you know, my son John does a great job of editing videos that we do edit. You've seen rapid fire and some of the montages, the deleted scenes, and the bloopers, and some of the others. He does a great job with that. I just wanted to let you know, and I know that you know this, that we never edit anything to make my shooting look better, or to make it look like I can shoot faster than I can or more accurately than I can, and I think everybody knows that. Would never do that. We go to great lengths on some videos, like the long range shooting, to make sure it's clear what's going on there, you know, where I'm standing and that I'm shooting, and we don't have some little old lady over there with a hammer banging on the gongs or something when I shoot, or I'm not sneaking out a scope-sighted Remington 700 rifle, you know, and when I'm supposed to be shooting a Glock, and I know, you know, I wouldn't do that, but you know, new people come in and that may be the first video they see, you know. So, but anyway, on the editing, we never speed up anything in terms of like rapid firing, or, you know, that kind of thing. Now, some of the montages, John cuts, he may cut things out, you know, maybe a reload or whatever, just for the sake of the montage or the creativity there, you know, just playing with it, but never anything is never speeded up. Okay, slowed down, you know, we do some slow motion, but we don't speed things up. And so you see some things like that. Just wanted to make that point in case anybody ever suspected that. It's pretty easy to see. Speaking of Glocks and some of that, I also wanted to make a point in this vlog about one of the reasons I have mostly Glocks when it comes to semi-automatic pistols, other than my 1911s that I really like. One reason I don't have M&Ps or XDs, SIGs, I've had SIGs, H&K, you know, lots of nice guns, and I know some of you wonder, because I get so many questions about it, why does he have all these neat Glocks and he doesn't have an H&K, or he doesn't have a SIG, or he never brings out an XD or anything? Well, those guns are fine. They're fine. I addressed that a little bit in this recent Glock video that we'll be posting, but one thing I guess I've not mentioned, and some of you may not be aware of this if you're younger, just getting into shooting, I've come through a lot of political situations in my shooting career, and if you lived through the crime bill, you saw a Glock magazine go from $15 or $20 up to $100 to $150. And I think that caused some of us to maybe specialize our shooting to some extent. Like I've always liked Glocks, and that crime bill made you really assess things, a so-called crime bill. You start wondering, okay, maybe I need to specialize here. Maybe if I have a Glock 19 and I have a Glock 27, and rather than buying an XD, maybe I just need to put my money in some extra magazines, you know, when I find them at a reasonable price, or when those bills are not in effect, or whatever the deal is, because who knows, you know, who knows who the next politician is going to be who comes up with some wonderful idea, and anything over a 5-round magazine is $150, you know, so we all know that makes no difference, we shooters anyway. and sensible people. But so to some extent, that's one reason I did specialize over the last 10, 15 years, a little bit more than maybe you would expect. For my 10 millimeter, my 45 ACP Glocks, my 9 millimeter, I made sure I focused on the equipment I needed there. You know, those magazines right now, you can find them for 20 bucks if you're lucky, maybe on sale, $21. Who knows? They could be $100 again. And for those who don't know, for a 10-year period, a Glock 19 magazine ran anywhere between $90 and $110. You know, a Glock 20 magazine, 10 millimeter, those were really hard to find. They would sell for around 150, 125, you know, if you could find them. You know, so having gone through some of that, it tends to cause you to evaluate the situation pretty carefully and decide, now, which guns do I really like, and what magazines do I need to get for that, and that I know I'll have you know, enough magazines and springs that will, you know, serve me well for the next 10 years or, you know, whatever. So anyway, nothing wrong with a lot of those other guns. I just like the Glock, and I don't have a strong need to get them. I may do that in the future. I wouldn't mind having an XD, maybe an M&P or something, do a video with it. I might do that at some point. Even if I just bought a used one and then traded it for another gun later. I don't know. Also on the 230-yard target, speaking of that, I had another item I wanted to mention. I get a lot of requests to do more long-range shooting with other guns, you know, Glock 30 or short 44 or just anything. Let me give you some insider information on those long-range shooting videos that I do. What we do is we put the camera up, set it up, and I shoot some, and we don't do a lot of retakes on that. It's another piece of our philosophy I wanted you to know about. I guess I could stand out there with the little 2-inch 38 Special 640, you know, and eventually hit that thing a couple of times, maybe out of 5. I don't know, figure out where to hold. And if I did it 30 different times, I might be able to pull out one of those videos and, wow, look at Hickok. He hit that 230-yard target twice out of 5 shots. I don't really want to do it that way. What we do and what my philosophy is, if I can take a gun out there, and actually it's my front yard, you know, to shoot at 230, and if in 1 or 2 or 3 takes maybe, I can hit it enough times that would be kind of interesting to people, that's what I do. I think it was the Glock 27 one where I hit, I don't know, maybe 4, I forget. I don't look at those videos, but the Glock 27 video at long range, I believe that one was on the first take. And on the Glock 23, I think it was, I don't know, where I hit it several times. I think on the first take, we hit it 4 times maybe, 3 or 4. And that was going to be it. Oh man, cool. Well, let's do it again. As we did a couple more times, I think it was the 3rd one maybe, we hit it 5, you know, hit it another time out of that magazine. Anyway, so that's the one we printed there. So, but you never know. It's really hard to hit that thing at 230 yards. I don't care what I'm shooting. It takes almost more concentration than I can muster up, to tell you the truth. It's not exasperating, but it's kind of grueling. It really takes an incredible amount of focus, and that's not the kind of shooting I love to do anyway. I just like to bang at steel and, you know, shoot big targets, relatively big targets, and just have fun. That gets into almost like bullseye shooting. You know, if I really focus and get myself settled down, I can do okay at it, as you've seen. But I don't enjoy that as much. But anyway, we don't do a ton of takes on those things, all right? And I certainly don't edit it. We make it clear what's going on there. The other thing I was going to mention regarding that is I have shot the, I dragged out I think the Glock 20 one day, and I was see if I can hit it enough times with the Glock 20 to make it interesting. You know, we've got fans for every single Glock model. You know, some of you live and die by the 10 millimeter, or you by the Glock 30 or the Glock 19 or whatever. I've done that. I've actually shot a 230-yard target, and I think we had the camera up on when I did the Glock 20, and I think the Glock 19, and I think, if memory serves, I hit it 3 times out of the magazine, you know, with each of those. And you know, well, I hit it 4 or 5, maybe 5 and almost 6 with one of the. So why I post it, you know? So I'm not sure I saved that, but I'm just not going to go out there and do that like 10 or 15 different times until I can get 4 hits, or what I think is worthy of posting. Okay, I kind of set the bar pretty high with the Glock 23 and that Glock 27 video. So just want to let you know how that works and what the philosophy is there. I may do some more. I may take the Glock 20 up there again one day when I'm just in the mood to do it, put the camera up, and if I hit 4 or 5 times, I'll post it. But I'm not going to just keep doing it until I get enough hits to where, wow, that will be impressive. The cool thing about the others that we have up there was that was, again, first, second, or third take, and bang, okay. Because by that time, my concentration was just about at its limit for that kind of shooting, to tell you the truth. Just wanted to point that out. What else was I going to talk to you about? Sharing videos with me and that sort of thing. I just wanted to kind of explain again. I get a lot of things sent to me, and I know you all understand because you make comments to that effect that it's bound to be really busy with 8,000 subscribers and all the activity. It really is. I rarely even get in to check the videos that are sent me. I just don't have time. Even in a message, I get videos sent. Sometimes, depending on where I am and if I'm on a fast connection, I might go look at it real quick. And I have uncovered some really cool videos, and I wish I had more time to look at them all. And again, I think I mentioned in an earlier vlog that one of the things that saddens me about this, it's a lot of fun, but is I don't get to know some of the people I do talk to and that message me. A lot of cool people I hear from in Iraq, a lot of people in the military, in law enforcement, just shooters all around the country and all around the world. And I do exchange some messages back and forth, and I sort of get to know some of them a little bit, but I lose the messages and the piles of messages I get, and it's hard to save those, in YouTube. It's not like regular email. So I kind of lose track, but that's the way it goes. One thing you may not realize how that goes if you don't get a whole lot of messages on YouTube, but if you can imagine getting whatever, 30, 40, 50 a day, and then trying to answer them quickly. I'll get a message asking me about a Glock or some gun. I'll answer it, and then maybe I don't get another message back from that person for a day or two, and I'll get this message that, well, what about the Glock 30? And I won't even know what the message is about, what we were talking about. So it would help if you would throw in there, I had asked you if the Glock 30 was good for this or something like that. Got to remind me quickly, and that would help. Just wanted to throw that little tip out. I get a lot of requests to promote various things and promote various organizations. And again, I don't want to turn my channel into doing that. I never mind promoting, of course, the gun rights organizations. I probably don't do enough of that. But again, I don't want to become a flagpole for the NRA. I have mentioned in other videos that hopefully you are contributing to the NRA or the Guns of America, the various organizations, Gun Owners of America, any of the organizations that help support the Second Amendment, because none of this exists if we're not supporting those organizations. I don't have time to go to Washington and lobby, and I'm sure you don't either, but we can help pay people to do that for us. Boy, do I get a lot of sad messages from Australia, United Kingdom, about their gun laws all around the world, whether it's Germany or anywhere. The difficulties of buying a gun. And, people that constantly tell me about a Glock or a gun, they're applying for a license to be able to even shoot a gun or to buy a gun, and it's an incredible situation in a lot of countries. So I'm reminded every day, the rights that we do have, and I certainly appreciate it. My channel, basically, I see it as an attempt to help promote all of that, really. I try to exercise safety, responsible gun ownership, and demonstrate to people what the shooting hobby really is about for 99% of shooters and gun owners. Yeah, there are thugs out there with guns. There's all kinds of people in the world. But most of us, of course, by an incredible majority, are people like myself. We just enjoy our firearms and we enjoy shooting. And hopefully just representing the sport, the hobby, in the proper way, goes a long way in that direction. I don't want to turn my channel into a promotion for every organization necessarily. And I think those were the important points. Oh, you know what? I have a gun and I have not fired it for how long? I bet it's been 3 or 4 minutes, hasn't it? Let's just fire it a couple more times. You probably recognize this as a 1911. This happens to be a 1991 model. And it's always best, before you fire a gun, to get your ears on. Because you know who notices very first? The shooter. That wasn't enough. There are guns besides Glocks, aren't there? I know I tend to always have a Glock, it seems, but good old 1911 is awfully sweet. Awfully sweet. That's your standard configuration there, 5-inch barrel and slide. So, nice gun. I wonder how many times I say nice gun in my videos. You can tell I love to shoot. But anyway, I'll come to you whenever I'm in the mood. Don't have a lot of other things I guess I wanted to pass along today. I will, as the weather permits, we'll be making some more videos. We have several more ideas. Again, big Glock video coming up if it's not already posted. Hopefully that'll be useful and provide some information. It's the kind of video I'm going to point people at when I get the questions about which Glock is best for me, or what about a Glock 26, or is a Glock 30 bigger than a Glock 27, you know, those sorts of questions. I think it'll help clarify a lot of that. Okay, so I appreciate your support. I appreciate all my subscribers, and it's good to hear from you all, and I'm still at this point able to keep up with all your messages. So take care, and I'll see you again later.